Hey guys, welcome to Jamie's page. I am working on getting our pizza dough together for tonight. We're making fresh pizza tonight for dinner. For this recipe, you're going to need 3 cups of warm water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, half a cup of honey, 7 cups of flour, and 1 tablespoon of salt. Always put your salt in last so that it does not mess with the yeast. Let me grab some hot water. Now, we've got our 3 cups of warm water. 2 tablespoons of yeast. Okay. Once you have your yeast in there, you're going to add your 2 tablespoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons. That's a half a third of a cup, so we're not using a whole third of a cup. I'm going to use a 3 tablespoons, which is almost a fourth of a cup, but not fully, of olive oil or avocado oil, whichever one you have. We're going to let this set for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and pour the honey in my greased half a cup. When this all comes together, you will knead it for 6 minutes when everything comes together, whenever you pinch the dough and it's no longer sticky to your fingers. Okay, I'm going to show you guys, if you can see this, how the yeast is like foaming. That is what you want. You want the yeast to foam like that. I'm trying to let you guys see a little more. Okay. Alright, so now that the yeast is foaming, we're going to add our 3 tablespoons of olive oil or avocado oil. I'm using avocado oil because that's what we use here. Okay. And then you're going to add your half a cup of honey. If you need a small spatula to get the rest of the honey, do that. Because you want every little bit. You don't want to waste anything. Okay. I'm just going to lay that in the cup on the side. I'm going to put this yeast back in the freezer. Alright, well, my light fell. Let's see. Hold on just a second, guys. Alright. It's about as good as that's going to get. Alright, now, this is where you're going to start adding your flour. when you do your flour, you always want to make sure your cup is leveled. I do not have, let me see if I can find a more level cup than this. We are about to do the flour. Like I said, always want to make sure whenever you're doing your flour for any baking recipe, bread, cakes, brownies, anything like that that you're making homemade, always make sure that you level your flour out. I will show you guys what I mean by that. So I'm going to set this off to the side for a second. Okay, I'm going to bring the flour so that I can show you guys what I mean by level your... Okay, so you got your cup. You take your flour, put it in there just like that. You know how to add your flour. Alright, so you're going to take a butter knife or something that's got a flat back to it and level it off just like that. It's got to be an exact cup. It can't be a heaping cup. It can't be anything like that. So it's got to be a flat leveled cup. Alright, so I'm going to bring our yeast mixture back over here. Alright, so now you're going to add your you're going to add 6 cups first. So that's 1. 2. If you guys hear anything, that's my younger son Micah. He is almost time for his nap, so it's 3. 4. 5. Last cup for now. 6. Alright, so 6 cups of flour for now. Alright, and what I do first is I take a spoon or let's see if I can find the one I was looking for a minute ago. So I use one of these thin, it's probably about an inch wide, wooden like spatula things. So I just start mixing everything in. Alright, and then now you need to add your 1 tablespoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of salt. Salt gives it a little flavor. The honey gives it the sweetness. Salt gives it the flavor. So you're going to mix all of that in together. Get it all incorporated into the wet mixture. And if you need to add more flour, you can. I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven light on so that we can let this rise. Whenever you let this rise, you need to let it rise for 30 minutes. And I probably will say that again, but that's just to remind you of when you're making pizza dough, kind of want your house to be kind of warm, but not so hot that it doesn't rise. Sometimes if it's too hot, it won't rise. If it's too cold, it won't rise at all. It takes longer. My house is a little warm right now, so. Alright, so you see how this is still sticky. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. I am feeding little man while doing this at the same time. Yeah. Yes, I am. You want to say hey to YouTube? Say hey, YouTube. This is Micah. Hey. What you doing? You eating? Alright, so give him a bite real quick, and then I'll add another cup of flour. Sometimes you may need more flour, may need less. It just depends on the temperature of your house sometimes. Hold on, Micah. Hold on, Micah. Sprinkle that all around. One more bite. Okay. Mix that together. After you put the 7 cups, you have to add a little at a time so you're not adding like 15 cups of flour. Hold on, Micah. Come in, Bubba. I got it right here. That's good. So you're going to add a little bit at a time. So this is the 8th cup. But we're adding a little bit at a time. We're not going to add the whole cup yet, unless we necessarily need to. See how it's coming together a little bit? This is an arm workout if you do this without the mixer. Another bite, Micah. What? It's also his nap time too, so. What? What's he doing? Now it is starting. Still sticky, so sometimes you have to use your hands to get the rest of it mixed together. No. You talking? Hmm? You telling YouTube that you're standing? Once you get it to this part, still a little tacky, but not so bad. Get that over. Okay. We're going to flour our work surface. Over just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take our dough and flip it out of the bowl onto our work surface, floured work surface. Remember to flour your work surface. If you don't flour your work surface, it will stick to wherever you're kneading. So now you just want to kind of fold it and press down. Keep your hands floured so it doesn't stick to your hands. But don't add any more flour unless it is necessary. But it feels pretty good to me. It's not so sticky anymore. But now we're going to set our timer, and we're going to knead this for 6 minutes. Keep your hands floured. And your work surface. You guys find any other like bread recipes you want me to try? Let me know in the comments, and I can work on them and make a video for you guys. Making bread is not very hard. It's somewhat easy, and it's just getting it together is the hardest part sometimes. Like for us here, making dough in the wintertime it's a little challenging because the house stays pretty cold. How was everybody's 4th of July? We had a great 4th of July. Hung out with the babies. Hung out with our family. What? What? Give him a bite real quick. There we go. Alright, so now we continue for 3 more minutes kneading dough. Hang on, Micah. And remember, you're not adding any more flour to your dough. You're just flouring your hands so that the dough does not stick to your hands. Although it is not sticky, it's still dough, and you don't want it to stick to the counter or anything. I'm using our counter space, so hang on, Micah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it, I got it right here. So I think in total we used about 8.5 cups of flour to get it pulled together. Sometimes if it's too cold in here, I have to add 9 or 10 cups, just depending on the weather and how the house feels. Sorry guys, he's hungry. Are you talking? Are you telling him about it? Alright, once you're done kneading the dough, you are going to take your bowl that you used prior to and you're gonna oil your bowl. I normally just spray it because it's easier and it works just the same. We use the olive oil cooking spray to spray our bowl. I will come on and do more recipes bread wise. We have a white bread recipe. We have, I just found a recipe for cinnamon rolls. So let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to try cinnamon rolls one day this week. Or even next week. I'll probably do that one next week. We got a lot going on this week. Tomorrow I'm doing a coffee date with my aunt. See, it's starting to stick to the counter because I don't have enough flour on it. Okay. There we go. So what you're doing when you're kneading is getting all of the air bubbles out of the dough so that whenever you're baking it, you don't have a big old hole in the middle of it. I know, Micah. I know, Bubba. Sorry, guys. Alright, so now that that is done, we are going to bring our bowl back. Oops. Sorry for the noise. We're going to bring our bowl back, and you're going to spray it very good. Coat the entire bottom. Okay. And then going to bring this together. Pinch the bottom of it. Let me just pull this in. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we're just going to shape it into a big dough ball. Just like that. Place it in the bowl. In your bowl. Spray the top as well. Alright, now for the fun part. This part is my favorite part. Letting it rise. You have to let the dough rise for 30 minutes. Let me go grab a bread cloth. Wash my hands real quick. Oh, Michael, let me wash my hands. I almost gotta wash your hands. Gotta get the dough off my hands. When you wet your bread cloth, you want to make sure it's warm water. That way it helps the dough to rise in your lit oven. Don't turn it on, you just need the light on. You can also, if you have a dehydrator, I guess set it to the lowest setting and let it rise in there as well. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me give you a bite. I got it right here. Now we're going to get our wring most of the water out of the rag, and then just lay it right over the bowl, just like that. Right, and then we're going to place in our lit oven with just the light on. We're going to push it all the way back to the, hey guys, all the way back to the light right back there. Not sure if you guys saw that. We're going to set our timer for 30 minutes. Alright, so in 30 minutes we will come back and I will show you the how to roll it out and do what we have to do for the pizza. You can also freeze this bread. You can also use it for bread, regular bread. That's how we made our last 2 loaves of bread, is with the pizza dough. So this pizza dough is universal. You can use it for anything. But like I said, if you guys find another bread recipe or any type of recipe you guys would like me to try, leave it down in the comments below and I will give it a try. But we will be back in about 30 minutes. Okay guys, we're back. So I'm going to bring out and this is what you want it to look like. You want it to look doubled in size, alright, which it is. Punch it down a few times. Doesn't that look beautiful? And now you have pizza dough. You pre-bake it for 7 minutes. Hold on. Alright, so you pre-bake it for 7 minutes, I think at 375 or 400. Let me check. Okay, so it's 375 or 400 for about 7 minutes. Whenever I'll show you on this. Let me push you guys back just a little bit. We are going to spray our work surface this time instead of flour. We're going to need this beautiful thing right here. Okay, so you're going to spray your work surface lightly. That way your dough doesn't get stuck to it or anything. Spray your chopper too. Chopper, dough divider, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Alright, so now I'm going to flip this out onto the thing. Put our bowl in the sink. Alright, so now that this is done with this, it's beautiful. I'm probably going to make Okay, hey guys, so I'm showing you guys how to roll out your dough and transfer it to your pizza pan, which I have ours here. Our pizza pan. cut our dough into 4 different pizzas. So we're just going to set this down. We're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 375. Once you have this semi-rolled out, we're going to roll it back a little bit. Oh wait, I can't do that. I need to add, you're going to add your oil, which we use avocado oil, to your pan. You're only going to add like just a little drop. Take a baster brush and brush it out.
Freak knows a lot. He told me what to do.
Okay guys, once you have your pan oiled, you're going to roll your dough back so that you can pick it all up at once and lay it onto your pan and roll it back out. Alright, so this is going to create a thick crust. If you like a thicker crust, you can do it just like that. See, rolling it out makes it easier to, let me move this here so you guys can see. Rolling it out makes it easier to lay in the pan. Okay. Goodness. Okay. And it's gonna try to spring back in the middle. So all you have to do is just kind of push it out, just like this. And in a minute, I'm going to show you guys how to. Micah's telling y'all how to do this. That's so sweet. Alright, so what you're going to do is take it and just keep pushing it out until it just stays. Alright, so now that it's pushed where you want it, you're going to take a fork, or if you have a little spiky rolly thing, I'm not sure how you call those, but anyways, you want to do this to it. All over it. In the crust area. This helps it from puffing up too much when you're pre-baking. Micah's telling y'all about his day. We had to go and rescue his daddy. Had a minor problem with one of the trucks, but we got it fixed. You just want to make sure you go all the way around the dough with it. Making tiny little holes everywhere in the crust. Which the whole thing is the crust, but the edges is what I mean. Alright, now Once your oven has come to temperature, you're going to put this in there for 7 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get our next pizza pan ready. I may have to cut this dough in half for it to fit on this. Okay, that's that one. Alright, so for our next dough, we're going to have to roll this one out, and then, or cut it first and then roll it out into two different smaller, pizzas, because there's just, and like I said, you can always freeze these if you want. I may actually have to freeze one of the bigger ones. Alright, so rolling your dough, you got your rolling pin, it's greased up a little bit. Okay. Alright, so you're just going to roll it out. Sometimes it'll stick to the... Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, so I had to fix it. Sometimes it gets stuck to the thing if it's not. Alright, so you're just going to take it and basically do the same thing you did with the big one, and just roll it until it gets wide enough for your pan. Sometimes this dough is very springs back very fast, so you have to kind of work with it and just keep working with it. Don't get frustrated with it. At first, when I started making this, I would get frustrated and I would get mad because it just wouldn't go and wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. Alright, so now you're going to add your avocado oil to your pan again. Use your thing. If you're using cast iron skillets, you use this oil. If you're just using a regular, like, square pan, or if you have a round, regular pizza pan, you can just spray it. We use the avocado oil on the cast iron pans because that's what we use it to. I'm just gonna take a little bit of paper towel and just get the excess oil off of this so that it's not so much oil. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of go back on that. Okay, so now you're going to do the same thing you did with the first one. Roll it out onto the pan. just like that. And this you may have to press because it did not go all the way out. So what I mean by press is press it out into the pan. Our oven is ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and add our other one in the oven for 7 minutes. That gives me time to get this one rolled out all the way. Okay, into the oven for 7 minutes on the big one. All right, so we're gonna finish taking this. It's gonna spring back on you, like I said, and you may even get little holes like that. It's because you kind of stretched it too far. But that is okay. Luckily, this dough is forgiving. I learned that from my mom. She taught me how to make this dough. This is actually her recipe, which is mud and mascara, by the way, if you guys didn't already know that. Mud and mascara is my mom. And she's the one that taught me how to make the bread and make the pizza dough, and so now I'm the dough maker. Alright, so now that you've got it spread out how you want it, you're going to poke holes all in it just like you did with the other one. You may notice that it will kind of spring back again, so just push that out. Just push it out. I'm getting it. Alright, now that you have that done, I'm going to add this in on the bottom for 7 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to do that for the rest of them, and then once all of them are done pre-baking, then I will come back and show you what they look like after they are done pre-baking. For the toppings, you can add whatever toppings you like on there, provolone, cheese, any type of cheese. You can add any type of spaghetti sauce or like pizza sauce. We make our own. You can add any kind of topping you like. I like ham and pineapple. My son likes ham and pineapple. My husband likes chicken, pineapple, all kinds of stuff on it. So it's basically what you like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know the noise in the background is a little distracting because of this little one, but that is okay. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and like and subscribe. Thanks. Okay guys, we have all of the dough pre-baked, and we have added our toppings. Mine is pineapple and cheese. This one is pepperoni and cheese. And then you got the Mac Daddy one in here with eggs, basil, mushrooms, tomatoes, pepperonis, all kinds of good ingredients on it. And then I've got one more pizza to make, and that's it. I did do a cheesy bread. Looks delicious. Can't wait to eat it.